Hello. I know you are still awake. Your eyes might be closed. But I can feel the heavy weight pressing down on your chest right now. A very specific, quiet heaviness. A feeling you carry entirely alone. Cold guilt. You were lying there in the dark, rewinding the mental tape of today over and over again. The exact moment you lost your patience. The sharp words that slipped out when you were simply overwhelmed. The look of confusion in your child's eyes. Oh, why are we so incredibly cruel to ourselves at 2 a.m? Why is it that you can easily find the grace to forgive everyone else in the world, yet you stubbornly refuse to forgive everyone else in the world? Breath. The house is finally quiet. Everyone else is resting. But your mind is louder than it has been all day. It is an exhausting cycle, but listen to me carefully. Tonight, you will not have to fight this internal battle alone. You can stop fighting now. Let me take the burden from here. We are going to do something beautifully different tonight. We will use the precision of clinical sleep hypnosis to literally signal your nervous system that the threat is over, melting away the physical tension in your jaw and chest, and then, using the profound wisdom of Carl Jung, we will gently speak to that guilty part of your soul, helping you truly forgive the imperfect human beneath the mask. I know how deeply tired your soul is. You spent the entire day playing the demanding role of the perfect mother, the perfect wife, the endless caretaker who never, ever breaks down. That social mask is getting far too heavy to wear, is it not? In this safe, completely private darkness, you have full permission to take it off. You do not need to be strong for anyone anymore. You just need to breathe. In just a few moments, we will begin a gentle journey deep into your unconscious mind. To wash away the painful residue of this bad day. But for right now, just pull the warm blankets up a little higher. And adjust your pillow until it feels exactly right. Close your eyes, take a slow, deep breath. Close your eyes. Take a slow, deep breath in. Let go of the steering wheel. You are completely safe here. We are going to heal that tired heart tonight. Just listen. And allow yourself to drift. But before we can gently untangle the tight knots in your soul, we must first perform a biological reset. We must convince your body, deep down in its cellular memory, that the emergency is truly over. You see, guilt is not just a heavy thought in your head. It is a physical chemical, cortisol, flooding your veins right now. It keeps your muscles tight. Ready to defend, ready to fix, ready to apologize for things that are already done. Your mind cannot possibly rest if your body is still shouting, danger. It is a biological rule. So, let us begin this decompression right where you're holding the day's hardest moments. Your jaw. Do you realize you're still clenching your teeth right now? Even in the dark? That is where you store all the words you wish you hadn't said, the frustration you swallowed, and all the tears you didn't cry. Right now, just gently part your teeth. Create a small space between them. Let your tongue fall soft and heavy, away from the roof of your mouth. Shh. Feel that, a warm wave of relief spreading through your cheeks, softening the skin around your mouth. Now, bring your awareness up to your eyes, the eyes that have watched over everyone else today. Squeeze them shut tight for just a moment. And then, release. Let the tiny muscles around your eyes smooth out. Imagine a cool, soothing hand gently brushing across your forehead, erasing the worry lines etched there by the day. Smooth, cool, and calm. Now, let your attention drift down to your shoulders, the shoulders that have carried the mental and emotional weight of your entire family today. They're likely still pulled up tight towards your ears, bracing for the next demand, the next cry, the the next problem to solve. Take a slow, deliberate breath in, lifting them slightly, and on the exhale, let them drop. Drop them all the way down, melting into the mattress. Imagine you are unbuckling a heavy, invisible backpack of responsibilities. It slides off your back and lands with a heavy thud on the floor beside the bed. You don't need to carry it in the dark. You are allowed to put it down. Let that feeling of heavy release flow down your arms, past your elbows, into your hands. Are your hands curled into tight fists, holding on to control? Open them. Let your fingers curl naturally, soft and open. These hands have done enough work today. They have wiped tears, prepared meals, and held tiny hands. Now, let them be still. Let them be empty. Now, we move to the center of your anxiety, your chest, and your belly. This is where the vagus nerve, your body's ancient peacemaker, is waiting for a signal. We will signal it now. Together, breathe in deeply through your nose. 1. Together, breathe in deeply through your nose. 1, 2, 3, 4. Feel your ribs expand. Hold it, and exhale through your mouth. And exhale through your mouth. 5, 6, 7, 8. Long and slow. Let's do that again. In. Imagine you are breathing in a golden, healing light, filling the space around your heart. And out, releasing the gray smoke of guilt. One last time, deepest breath of the night. Hold and let it all go. Your body is becoming wonderfully heavy. Heavy, warm and safe. A pleasant, tingling numbness is spreading from the top of your head, washing down your spine, all the way down to your toes. You're doing so well. Can you feel your heart beating a little slower now? That is the biological signal that you have entered the sanctuary. The day is over. You have survived it. And now, as your body begins to fully trust the bed beneath you, I can begin to speak to the deepest part of you, the part that needs forgiveness. Follow my voice. Deeper still, your body is beginning to trust the stillness, sinking deeper into the heavy comfort of the bed. But I know there's another part of you that is still running a frantic marathon. Even here in the dark, there is a silent, relentless ticker tape scrolling behind your eyelids. It is listing every single thing you feel you failed at today, and everything you must do tomorrow. Let's look at that list together. Shall we? Just for a moment. The moment you raised your voice over a spilled cup of milk, the sharp impatience you felt when bedtime took 20 minutes too long, the email you forgot to send to the teacher, the doctor's appointment you almost missed, the tone of your voice when you said "I'm fine" but didn't mean it. He plays on a loop, choosing you, judging you. You carry an invisible load that the world simply does not see, and certainly does not applaud. They call it motherhood, but that word is far too small for the project management you perform every single hour. You are the keeper of schedules, the rememberer of birthdays, the finder of lost socks. The finder of lost socks, the planner of meals, and the emotional thermostat for an entire household. You hold the complex mental map of everyone's needs in your head, constantly updating, constantly worrying, constantly worrying, constantly adjusting. And the weight of that mental load is crushing. It is invisible. Heavy labor. It is a job you never clock out of. And here's the hardest truth of all. The monster showed up. It had a nightmare. Sanities will feel ashamed. You have become the emotional trash can for your family. When your child is dysregulated and screaming, you absorb their chaos into your own body. When your partner is stressed and withdrawn, you absorb their silence. You hold space for everyone else's big. Messy feelings. Messy feelings. All day long. You regulate them. You soothe them. But tell me, pause. Who holds space for yours? Who catches you when you are the one falling apart in the laundry room? That anger you felt today? A sudden flash of hot resentment when you just wanted 5 minutes of peace in the bathroom? That wasn't because you were a bad mother. It wasn't because you don't love your children. It was a symptom. A biological symptom of a soul that has been pouring from an empty cup for far too long. You are malnourished. Not of food, but of silence and self. Society tells you that a good mother is a bottomless well of patience, that she is always grateful, always present, always smiling, always self-sacrificing. But that is a lie, a beautiful, dangerous lie. And trying to live up to that impossible standard is exactly what breaks your heart at 2 a.m. It is what keeps you awake. I want you to know, you are allowed to be tired. You are allowed to have that secret fantasy of getting in the car and driving past your exit, just to hear the silence of the road. That does not make you ungrateful. That does not make you a monster. It makes you human. It makes you a woman who needs to be found again. So right now, in this safe, dark room, let's call it what it is. You are not a failure. You are simply exhausted. And you have permission, absolute permission, to put the load down. The world will not fall apart if you stop worrying about it for 8 hours. The list will be there tomorrow. But for tonight, you are off duty. Let it go. Let it all just go. Can you feel that heaviness pressing into your skin? It is not just a list of chores or the mental load we spoke of. It is something else, something far more intimate, something you wear on your face every single day. Carl Jung, the wise explorer of the human soul, called it the persona, the social mask. Imagine for a moment that every morning when you wake up, before your feet even touch the cold floor, you reach over and pick up a mask from your bedside table. It is a heavy porcelain mask. Smooth and flawless, it is painted with a permanent, patient, unshakable smile. It is the mask of the perfect mother, the understanding wife, the woman who has it all together. You put it on. You tie the strings tight behind your head until they dig into your scalp, and you walk out into the world. And it works. And it works. Oh, and it works. Oh, it works so well. The world loves that mask. Your children feel safe when they see it because it never cracks. Your partner relies on it because it never complains. Your boss praises it because it never says no. But here's the secret, devastating cost. To keep that mask from slipping. To keep that painted smile fixed in place when you're actually screaming inside. Takes a tremendous amount of psychic energy. It burns through your reserves like a wildfire. It takes more strength to suppress your true feelings than it does to lift any physical weight. That is why you are so bone-tired tonight. It is not just the laundry. Your soul is exhausted from the performance. You are an award-winning actor who has been on stage for 16 hours straight, without a single intermission, without a single member tension, without a single moment to break character. You have played the role of the peacemaker when you wanted to fight. You have played the role of the listener when you wanted to be heard. You have played the role of the rock when you were crumbling into sand. And the tragedy is, when night finally comes, and the audience is asleep, and the house is dark, the house dark, you forget how to take it off. It feels fused to your skin. You lie there in the dark, still smiling at invisible, painful smile, still worrying about everyone else's comfort, still performing for an empty room. You are afraid that if you take it off, if you show the tired, angry, imperfect woman underneath, you will be unlovable. You fear that without the mask, you are nothing. Shh. But that is the fear speaking, not the truth. Tonight, in this safe, completely private darkness, you do not have to perform. There is no one here to grade you, no one to need you, no one to ask you for a snack or a solution. So I invite you, right now, use the power of your imagination. Raise your hands to your face in your mind's eye. Feel the cold, hard edges of that heavy mask. Feel how tight the strings are. Find the clasp behind your ears, and with one decisive motion, click, open it. Pull it away from your skin. It might feel sticky, heavy, reluctant to leave. But pull it off. Reluctant to leave, but pull it off. Put it down on the nightstand with a heavy thud. Feel the cool air hit your true face. The face that is allowed to frown. The face that is allowed to cry. The face that is allowed to not know the answers. You are not a role. You are not a function. You are a soul. And tonight, the show is over. The curtain has fallen. You are free to simply be. Rest in that freedom, now that the heavy mask is set aside, and you are simply yourself. Let us begin to turn down the final. Flickering lights within your mind. Imagine a beautiful spiral staircase before you, to round, appearing out of the mist. It is crafted not from wood or stone, but from soft, cool, silver moonlight. It leads down into the quiet sanctuary of your own soul. I'm going to count down from 10 to 1, and with each number, we will take one step down together, further and further away from the day that is done. 10. You place your bare foot on the first step, and it feels cool and solid beneath you. As you do, you give yourself absolute permission to leave today behind. The image of that difficult moment, the harsh words spoken. Allow it to become a distant photograph. Already fading at the edges, turning sepia and old. 9. Another step down. The air around you grows softer, warmer, like a comfortable blanket wrapping around your shoulders. With this step, you release the compulsive need to analyze what went wrong. No more replaying the scene. No more what-ifs. You are leaving the courtroom of your mind. The judge has gone home. 8. Stepping down again. Deeper. Letting go. You feel the physical weight of guilt begin to lift from your shoulders and your chest, evaporating like steam. It was never yours to carry in the first place. It was just a story you told yourself. And now, that story is ending. 7. Sinking. Melting. With this step, you release the paralyzing fear of being a bad mother. That is just a label. It is not who you are. Who you are is so much faster, so much deeper than a single difficult day. 6. Halfway there now. And you are so much lighter. Your body feels wonderfully heavy on the bed, sinking into the mattress. But your spirit is floating free. Let it float. Down. Down. Deeper now. The need to be perfect is dissolving into the soft darkness. 5. The staircase spirals gently downward. You can no longer see the top. You can no longer see the world you left behind. The noise of the house is gone. There's only this gentle descent, this quiet journey inward. You are safe. So very safe here. 4. Your thoughts are like distant stars now. Far above you. You can see them. But you cannot touch them. And they cannot touch you. They have no power over you here. They are simply patterns of light in a vast, quiet sky. 3. Shh. So close to the bottom, so close to a complete stillness. The last remnants of resistance are melting away from your fingertips and toes. There is nothing to hold on to anymore, nothing to fight, nothing to fix. 2. Just one more step to go. A profound sense of peace washes over you. The peace of acceptance, the peace of letting go. You are ready, so ready to rest. And 1. You step off the final stair into a warm, Diane, silent, velvet void. You have arrived. You are home. Completely and utterly let go. Dissolve into the peace. Drift into the sleep you so deeply deserve, while your physical body rests heavily in this deep, velvet darkness, velvet mirror. There might still be a tiny, persistent whisper of logic echoing in the very back of your mind. A question you probably ask yourself every single time you stare at the ceiling at 2 in the morning. Why? Why do I do this to myself? Why do I lie here agonizing over small mistakes, over words I cannot take back? While the rest of the world sleeps so easily, you might be deeply tempted to blame yourself right now, to think you are just weak, or broken, or hopelessly neurotic. I need you to listen to me very carefully. I need you to hear this truth. You are none of those things. It is not your flawed personality keeping you awake tonight. It is your biology. Let us look at what actually happens inside your body when you feel that heavy crush of mom guilt. When you lost your patience today, when the chaos of the house finally tipped you over the edge. Your ancient, primitive brain did not see a modern woman simply having a tough afternoon. It perceived a severe threat to your tribe in the evolutionary wiring of your mind. A rupture in your connection with your children feels like a matter of life and death. And the primitive brain only knows one way to handle life or death crisis. It immediately floods your bloodstream with cortisol and adrenaline. It pulls the internal fire alarm. So, here you are. The house is completely quiet. The kids are asleep and perfectly safe in their beds. The crisis of the afternoon is long gone. But that chemical fire alarm, that cortisol spike, is still ringing loudly in your veins. Cortisol is an ancient hormone designed specifically to keep you awake, to watch for predators in the dark. It makes your heart race. It makes your heart race. It makes your thoughts spin. It keeps your eyes wide open. You cannot simply command yourself to sleep when your nervous system firmly believes a tiger is circling outside your cave. It is a biological impossibility. And here's the cruelest part of the cycle, because you do not understand this biology. You start feeling guilty about being awake. You look at the clock, calculating how exhausted you will be tomorrow, and that secondary panic pumps even more cortisol into your system. You are caught in a chemical loop of your own making. Do you see now? Your inability to sleep tonight is not a moral failure. It is not a punishment from the universe for being a less than perfect mother. It is actually your brain working exactly as it was designed to. Trying fiercely and desperately to protect the people you love. Your insomnia is literally a symptom of how deeply you care. But the ancient brain is confused. It is terribly outdated. It is reacting to a spilled cup of milk and a raised voice as if it were a predator in the dark. It is time to update the system. It is time to gently relieve the loyal night watchman inside your mind. He has done his job, but the shift is over. Shush. Look around you in your mind's eye. The room is dark. The doors are locked. The air is calm. There is no danger here. The mistakes of today cannot hurt you in this bed. Right now. Quietly in your own mind. Repeat this biological truth. I am safe. The day is definitively over. The threat is gone. Feel those ancient alarm bells finally. Slowly. Begin to power down. You are allowed to power down with them. Cortisol keeps you awake. Yes, we have established that biological truth. But what is it? What is the psychological trigger that pulls the fire alarm in your brain night after night? It is a knock on a door from deep within your soul. There is an uninvited guest who arrives every evening, only after everyone else is asleep. You try to lock the door. You try to ignore her, but she is persistent. You call her guilt. You call her ugliness. But the great psychoanalyst Carl Jung gave her a truer, more powerful name. He called her the shadow of the good woman. Let's be brutally honest with each other in this safe, silent darkness. Is there a part of you that is angry? I don't mean annoyed. I mean a hot, molten rage because you feel unseen and unappreciated day after day. A bitter resentment that sits like a stone in your stomach because your partner does not carry their half of the invisible load. An exhaustion so deep, it feels like fury at your own children for simply needing you so very much. Perhaps even a secret. Shameful envy for a friend's freedom. For a life you did not choose. Society has taught you from the time you were a little girl that a good woman, a good mother, does not feel these things. A good woman is a bottomless well of patience and grace. She is never angry, only disappointed. She is never selfish, only giving. So, you took all those unacceptable, messy, human feelings, the rage, human feelings, the rage, the envy, the resentment, and you locked them away in the dark basement of your mind. You tried to pretend they did not exist because you believed they made you a monster. But that which we repress does not die. It only grows stronger in the dark. It festers. It waits for you to be alone and vulnerable. And then it begins to scream. Your insomnia, your racing, guilt-ridden thoughts. That is the sound of your shadow screaming to be heard. And here is the crucial secret. The energy it takes to keep that part of you locked down, to hold the basement door shut against her screaming, is immense. It is a Herculean effort that you perform unconsciously all day long. That is the true source of your exhaustion. The sleeplessness is just the final symptom of a soul at war with itself. The shadow does not want to hurt you. She is not evil. She is the keeper of your authenticity. She is just saying, hey, I'm a part of you too. And I am in pain. Look at me. Her screaming is not an attack. It is a desperate fire alarm, warning you that you are neglecting a vital part of yourself, that your goodness is becoming a prison. Tonight, let's stop running from her. Let's unlock the basement door and invite her upstairs. Imagine that angry, tired, resentful part of you, standing in the corner of the room, looking so lonely. She's not a monster. She's just you, without the mask. Shish. Tile. without the mask. Shh, do not scold her, do not shame her. Simply walk over to her in your mind's eye, open your arms, and pull her into an embrace, and whisper, I see you now. I'm so sorry I made you hide for so long. You have every right to be angry. You have every right to be tired. You are allowed to be here. When you finally embrace your own darkness, the internal war will end. And where there is no war, there can finally be peace. The deep, restorative sleep you've been fighting for will not be a battle to win. It will simply arrive. Perhaps you're thinking to yourself right now, this sounds right. But how do I even begin to apply this when my real life is so chaotic, when the screaming and the demands never stop? It is a fair question. The mind understands the theory, but the heart needs a story. So let me tell you a story. A story about a woman who sat in the same quiet darkness you are in now, feeling the same heavy guilt. We will call her Sarah. Sarah was 42 with 2 beautiful, energetic children and a demanding job. She was a dedicated mother, a diligent employee, the kind of woman everyone described as having it all together. But every night, Sarah would lie awake and feel a vast, gaping hole in the center of her chest. She told me once, her voice barely a whisper. I feel like I am invisible in my own house. I am the stage manager for everyone else's lives. I take care of everyone, but nobody ever sees me. One Tuesday evening, a perfectly ordinary Tuesday, her son, in a moment of playful, clumsy energy, knocked a full glass of dark red juice off the dinner table. It shattered on the floor, splashing across the new white carpet she had saved for months to buy. It was a small thing, a simple, childish accident. But for Sarah, it was a final straw on a camel's back that was already broken. She screamed, a sound she didn't even recognize as her own. Raw and ragged and full of pain, she screamed with all the pent-up, unacknowledged rage of 10 years of silent service. The entire house fell deathly silent. Her children's eyes went wide with fear. And then, in that terrible silence, she collapsed onto the cold kitchen floor and began to sob. She wasn't crying about the juice. She was crying for her own profound exhaustion, her own invisibility. In that moment, she thought she was a monster, a failure. That was the moment her shadow, the angry, resentful woman she had tried so hard to deny, completely took over. Later that night, lying in bed, the guilt was eating her alive. The replay of her children's frightened faces was a form of torture. The usual script in her head began, I am a terrible mother. I have damaged them forever. She was about to be swallowed by that familiar wave of self-hatred. But instead, something different happened. She remembered our conversation about the shadow, not as an enemy, but as a messenger. She stopped fighting the guilt. She lay in bed, placed a hand over a trembling heart, and for the first time, and for the same, she listened. She spoke to her own anger, not with judgment, but with curiosity. She asked it, quietly in her mind, I hear you. You are in so much pain because no one is helping you, aren't you? You're screaming because you're so tired. No one seems to notice. And a small miracle happened. The hot, sharp blade of rage did not vanish. Instead, it softened. It dissolved into tears of pure, heartbreaking relief. For the very first time, Sarah did not apologize for her feelings. She did not try to push them away. She simply allowed them to be there. She embraced her own messy, imperfect human self. And that night, for the first time in a decade, she had the deepest, most peaceful sleep of her life. She woke up the next morning feeling not perfect, but whole. You are not Sarah. But her story is your story. The path to that peace is the same. And by listening to this right now, you're already on it. When the hot energy of the shadow fades, when you stop fighting your own humanity, a profound and beautiful quiet takes its place. The storm passes, and in the aftermath of that storm, a new space opens up within your soul. It is a place that feels deeply, intrinsically familiar. Yet perhaps you have forgotten the path to get there. You have been gone for so long, busy living in the loud, demanding world above. But there is someone waiting for you in this quiet place, someone who has been waiting a very, very long time. Let us journey to her now. Imagine, you mind's eye, that you are standing at the top of an ancient stone staircase. The stones are worn smooth by time, covered in soft, damp green moss. It feels incredibly safe here. Step by step, you begin to descend. 5. Leaving the worries of the day at the top of the stairs. 4. The air around you grows misty, warm. The air around you grows misty, warm, and fragrant with the smell of rain on dry earth. 3. Sinking deeper into a state of profound relaxation. 2. The mist begins to part, revealing a soft, golden glow ahead. 1. You step off the final stair, passing through an archway of weeping willow leaves, and you enter a secret garden. It is a place untouched by time. The garden is bathed in the soft amber light of an eternal late afternoon. The air here is crystal clear, filling your lungs with a sense of pure peace. In the distance, sitting quietly under the sprawling branches of a massive, ancient oak tree, is a small figure. Walk toward her. Your bare feet make no sound on the cool, thick grass. As you draw closer, the figure turns her head. She looks up at you. It is you. It is the little girl you used to be. The you from long before the world handed you a heavy list of responsibilities. The you from before you learned how to hold your breath and carry the weight of being the perfect mother, the perfect wife. Perfect. She's the girl who used to believe in magic, who used to laugh loudly and without hesitation, who knew how to play just for the sake of playing. But right now, looking at her under the oak tree, she looks so incredibly tired. Her small shoulders are slumped. She looks as though she has been waiting for years for someone to finally come and tell her that she is doing a good job, that she doesn't have to try so hard to be loved, that she is enough. Exactly as she is, slowly, gently, exactly as she is, slowly, gently. Sit down beside her on the grass. You do not need to explain anything to her. You do not need to make excuses for why you have been so busy, or why you have been so hard on her lately. She already understands. Just gently. Open your arms, wrap them around her small, fragile shoulders, and pull her close to your chest. Feel the physical weight of her leaning against you. Feel her finally exhaling, finally letting go of the need to be brave. Hold her tightly. Rest your chin on the top of her head. Stroke her hair. And and silently, in the depths of your own mind, whisper these words to her. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry I forgot about you while I was busy taking care of everyone else. I forgot how much you needed me too. But I see you now. I am here. You don't have to carry the heavy things anymore. You are completely safe. From this moment on, I will protect you. I will listen to you. I love you. As you speak those silent words of reconciliation, a brilliant, warm, golden light begins to radiate from the center of your embrace. It glows brighter and brighter, flowing out from the little girl into your chest and traveling to every single cell of your physical body lying on the bed tonight. The emptiness you felt earlier today is completely filled. The fractured pieces of your soul are knitting back together. The mother and the child, the adult and the spirit are one again. You have finally found yourself. Rest in this warm embrace. There is nowhere else you need to be. You have made peace with your soul. The inner child is safe in your arms. But your body, this loyal, hard-working vessel, still holds the physical residue of the day's heavy emotions. You see, the body keeps the score. Every time you felt guilty today, every time you felt a spike of anger, it left a tiny chemical footprint in your muscles, a tightness here, a knot there, before you can drift into deep sleep. We must wash these footprints away. We must clear the temple. Let us begin at the gateway of your voice, your throat. This is the place where you swallowed your tears this afternoon. This is where you held back the words you wanted to scream. It often feels like a lump, doesn't it? A blockage. Doesn't it? A blockage. Take a slow, deep breath in, visualizing cool, blue air filling your throat, and as you exhale, visualize a tight, intricate knot slowly untying, loosening, releasing, releasing. Feel the muscles of your neck lengthening, softening against the pillow. Imagine a warm, golden liquid like warm honey, flowing down from your throat, coating it, healing it, and moving down into your chest. Touches that cold, heavy stone of anxiety that has been sitting on your heart all day. You know that stone. It's just the weight of, I should have done better. But as the warm liquid touches it, the stone begins to melt. It dissolves. It melts away completely, leaving only warmth, spaciousness, and a gentle rhythm. Your heart is no longer a drum of war. It is a lullaby. Now, let that healing warmth move down to your solar plexus, the area just below your ribs, your stomach. This is the emotional center of your body. This is where you hold your fear of the future, your fear of not being enough. It often feels like a tight, clenched fist right now. Consciously command that fist to open. Unclench. Let your belly rise and fall freely and fully with your breath. You do not need to hold it in. You do not need to have a flat stomach right now. You do not need to be perfect. Let it be soft. Let it be round. Let it be real. But feel the delicious relief of simply letting your belly go. And now, we're going to do a full somatic sweep. Imagine that all the remaining fatigue, all the heavy energy of doing, all the lists of all the schedules are gathering together like gray dust. We are going to sweep them out. Visualize this gray energy flowing like a stream, moving down from your shoulders, down your upper arms, flowing past your elbows, through your wrists, into your hands, and dripping out of your fingertips. Drip, 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 drip. It falls onto the bed and evaporates instantly. It is gone. Now feel it flowing down from your hips, the heavy base of your body, down through your thighs, your knees, your calves, and washing out of the soles of your feet. Exhale. Push it out with your breath. Push it out through your heels. Your body is now empty of stress. It is no longer a container for guilt. It is hollow, light, and vibrating with a gentle, tingling energy. You might feel a slight buzz in your hands or feet. That is good. That is the feeling of life returning to places that were numb. You're no longer solid and heavy. You are fluid. You are weightless. You are clean. You are safe. Your body is lighter now, cleaner, emptier. But I know, deep down in the control center of your mind, there is one last stubborn resistance, a tiny, white-knuckled hand, still gripping the steering wheel of your life. You are afraid to let go. You are terrified that if you stop worrying, even for a single night, if you stop planning, stop anticipating, stop fixing, the entire world will come crashing down around you. I understand this fear. You have been the designated driver for so long. You are the one who keeps everyone safe. You are the one who anticipates every disaster before it happens. You believe that your worry is the glue holding your family together. But listen to me closely. That is a lie. That is the exhaustion speaking. Here is the beautiful, terrifying paradox of surrender. The tighter you grip the wheel, the more exhausted you become, and the less effective you actually are. You are driving with the emergency brake on. Carl Jung taught us that the universe, the psyche, life itself, has its own secret order. A hidden rhythm that only reveals itself when we finally stop interfering, when we stop trying to force the river to flow upstream. When you surrender to sleep, you are not giving up. You are not failing. You are giving over. You are allowing a greater intelligence, a deeper wisdom, to take over for a while. Think of it this way. You have been trying to solve a complex puzzle all day with a tired, foggy brain. You are pushing pieces together that do not fit. Surrender is stepping away from the table. It is trusting that while you sleep, your unconscious mind will work on the puzzle for you. It will sort through the memories, discard the trash, and file away the important lessons. It will do the work you cannot do while you are awake. Imagine you are driving a car on a long, dark highway. Your hands are cramping on the wheel. Your eyes are burning with fatigue. You're so afraid to close them. But now, imagine realizing that you are not the only driver. Imagine realizing that there's a co-pilot sitting right next to you. A co-pilot who is fresh, alert, and infinitely capable. That co-pilot, and infinitely capable. That co-pilot is the night. That co-pilot is your own deep resilience. That co-pilot is me. Right now. So, I am going to ask you to do the bravest thing you have done all day. I'm going to ask you to take your hands off the wheel. Shh. Do it. Open your fingers. Let them drop to your sides. Feel the terrifying, wonderful freedom of not being in charge for a few hours. The car will not crash. The world will not end. The sun will rise tomorrow whether you worry about it or not. Your children are safe in their beds. The doors are locked. The bills are paid for tonight. There is absolutely nothing that requires your supervision in this moment. Tonight, I am taking the watch. I am the sentinel at the gate. I will hold the space. I will watch over the house. I will worry. So you don't have to. You are relieved of duty. You are dismissed. You have done enough. You have carried enough. You have loved enough for one day. It's safe to close your eyes. It is safe to trust the dark. Let go when you have finally, truly let go of the wheel. When you have stopped trying to steer the universe with your tired hands, a profound and beautiful space opens up inside you. It is a quiet, empty, fertile space. Usually, in your waking life, you would rush to fill that space immediately. You would fill it with more tasks, more worries, more plans, more reasons why you need to do better. Be faster. Be stronger. You treat emptiness like an enemy. But tonight, in this sanctuary, we're going to do something radical. We are going to treat that empty space like a garden, and we're going to plant seeds in the rich, dark soil of your unconscious mind, seeds of a new story, seeds that will grow while you sleep. You see, there is an old, dusty story you have been telling yourself since you were a very little girl. It was whispered to you by society, by your family, by the world. It goes something like this. I am only worthy if I am useful. I am only lovable if I am perfect. My value is measured by how much I give to others. If I stop giving, if I stop doing, I disappear. That theory is a lie. It is a heavy, rusted chain that you have dragged around your ankles for decades. It has left scars. Tonight, we break that chain. Tonight, we break that old script. Tonight, we burn that old script. Tonight, we write a new story, a story of truth. I want you to listen to these words. Don't just hear them with your ears. Drink them in. Let them sink into your bones, into your blood, into the very marrow of who you are. I am worthy simply because I exist. Let that settle. My value is not a paycheck. It is not a clean house. It is not a well-behaved child. My value is not something I have to earn. It is not something I can lose. It is as constant as the sun. It is as inevitable as the tide. You do not need to be a perfect mother to be a good one. Perfection is a myth. Goodness is a practice. You do not need to be a tireless wife to be a loving one. Exhaustion is not a badge of honor. It is just exhaustion. You are allowed to have needs. You are allowed to have leads. You are allowed to be messy. You are allowed to be messy and complicated and unfinished. You are allowed to be human. In fact, your humanity is the most beautiful thing about you. Shh. Now, I want you to repeat these words after me in the deep, silent echo chamber of your mind. Let them vibrate through you. I am enough. Feel the weight of those 3 words. I am enough. Not because of what I accomplished today, not because the kitchen is clean, not because everyone is happy. I am enough. Even with my mistakes, even with my bad temper, even with my regrets, I am enough. I forgive myself for being human. I release the need to be everything to everyone. I choose me. Feel that truth settling into your chest. It might feel strange at first, like a garment you haven't worn in a long time. But it fits. It fits you perfectly. You are a whole, complete universe wrapped in skin. You are not a project to be fixed. You are a soul to be tended. And tonight, the tending is done. You are washed clean. You are reset. You are free. Rest in that worthiness. It is yours. You are now drifting in a vast, quiet space of acceptance. You have planted the seeds of your own worthiness. But there is one final layer to descend. One final journey to take before the story begins. A layer deeper than thought, deeper than feeling, deeper than memory. It is the layer of pure, unadulterated being, the Delta state. The place where the body heals itself without you having to ask. I want you to imagine yourself floating on the surface of a warm, endless, midnight blue ocean. The water is perfectly still, smooth as glass. It is the temperature of your own skin, so you cannot tell where your body ends and the water begins. It holds you effortlessly. You are buoyant. You are weightless. Above you, the stars are slowly dimming, one by one. Hinein. Turning off the lights of the universe, you are safe. You are ready to go down. I will count from 5 to 1. With each number, you will feel yourself sinking deeper into this comforting, heavy water, not drowning, but breathing it in. Like liquid peace. 5. You feel your body beginning to tilt downwards. Feet first, sinking below the surface. Feet first, sinking below the surface. The water wraps around you like a heavy, velvet blanket. The sounds of the world above. The traffic. The wind. The ticking clocks. The wind. The ticking clocks. They are instantly muffled. They become distant echoes. Meaningless vibrations. You are leaving the surface world behind. 4. Exhale. Exhale. Sinking lower. Gliding down. The light is fading, shifting from the black of the night sky to a soft, glowing, indigo blue. It is a color you can feel. It feels like safety. Your body has absolutely no weight here. Your bones are light. Your muscles are fluid. You are just a point of consciousness. A spark of awareness, floating in the deep. 3. Shh. Deeper still. The water pressure increases slightly, but it is a good pressure. It feels like a hug from the universe itself, holding you together. All connections to the surface are gone now. There are no emails here, no to-do lists, no voices calling your name. No expectations, just silence. Thick, heavy, nurturing silence. You are suspended in the womb of the night. 2. You are approaching the seafloor now. Look down. It is not dark. It is made of soft, white, powdery sand that glows with a gentle, internal light. It is the most inviting place you have ever seen. It is calling to you. It is inviting you to lie down and rest for 1,000 years. You are drifting towards it. Slowly, inevitably. 1. Inevitably. 1. Touch down. Your feet touch the sand, then your knees, then your hips. The sand is warm. It molds perfectly to the shape of your body. You lie down on this bed at the bottom of the world. You are completely anchored, completely suspended in safety. The water above you is a shield. Nothing can reach you here. Nothing can disturb you here. You are part of the ocean now. Vast, deep, silent, sleep. Silent, sleep. Deep, restoring sleep. You are resting at the bottom of the world, safe in the velvet embrace of the deep ocean. But in the logic of dreams, where everything is possible, this ocean floor is not a dead end. It is a threshold. It is a beginning. Look closely at the white sand before you. It is shifting, swirling, forming a shape, an archway, a door made of woven willow branches and silver light. It stands open, inviting you in. Tonight, we will not stay here in the silence. We will step through that door together. We will embark on a journey into a story, a myth, woven from the threads of your own desire for peace. You stand up, weightless, and step through the archway. Instantly, the water is gone. You are standing at the edge of a vast, ancient forest. It is night here, but it is not dark. The air is luminous, filled with the air is luminous, filled with a soft, blue-silver glow that seems to come from the trees themselves. The air is cool, crisp, and carries the scent of pine needles, damp earth, and night-blooming jasmine. Damp earth and night-blooming jasmine. Breathe it in. It smells like memory. It smells like a place you visited long ago. In a dream you have almost forgotten. You begin to walk along a narrow, winding path. The ground beneath your bare feet is soft, cushioned by layers of moss and fallen leaves. It feels cool and damp, grounding you with every step. With each step you take, you leave a little more of the heavy world behind. The path winds between the trunks of massive, ancient trees. Their roots are like knobby knees digging into the earth. The branches like arms reaching up to cradle the stars. They are the silent guardians of this place. They have stood here for 1,000 years, watching, waiting. They have seen everything, and they judge nothing as you walk. You become aware of the sounds of the forest is not silent. To put it as quiet. A deep, living quiet. A deep, living quiet. You hear the rustle of leaves as a gentle breeze passes through the canopy, like a long, slow exhale of the earth. You hear the distant, rhythmic call of a night bird, lonely and beautiful. You hear the snap of a twig somewhere far away, and underneath it all, a low, steady hum, the vibration of life itself, ahead of you. The trees begin to thin. The light grows brighter, more silvery. You hear the sound of water, not the ocean, but something lighter, more playful. More playful. A stream. More playful. You emerge into a small, circular clearing. In the center, bathed in the light of a full, pearl white moon, flows a crystal clear stream. The water dances over smooth, gray stones, gurgling, laughing, singing a gentle song of movement and flow. It is the most peaceful sound you have ever heard. You walk to the edge of the water and sit down on a large, the flat rock covered in soft, velvet moss. It is perfectly shaped for you, as if it has been waiting for you to arrive. You sit and you watch. The water is fascinating. It is constantly moving, yet always there. It encounters obstacles, a fallen branch, a large stone. But it never stops. It never argues. It never fights. It never fights. It simply flows around. It yields to overcome. It is soft, yet it shapes the hard stone. As you watch, mesmerized by the liquid dance, you notice a single dry leaf detach itself from a branch high above. It drifts down, spinning slowly, catching the moonlight, turning from gold to silver, silver to gold. It lands on the surface of the water with a tiny, almost inaudible ripple for a moment. It spins in an eddy, ta-ta-ta-ta, caught in a small circle of indecision, but then the main current catches it, and the leaf simply lets go. It surrenders. It allows the water to take it. It does not grab onto the rock. It does not try to swim back upstream. It just goes, drifting away, further and further, until it disappears around the bend. You watch it go, and you feel a strange, heavy weight left from your own chest. You realize that you are holding on to so many things, tacked, just like that leaf. Mistakes from the past, worries about the future, guilt about today. You are holding them tight, fighting the current, tacked, trying to swim upstream. And you are so tired, but the stream is teaching you a different way, the way of allowing, the way of trust, the art of letting the current take what no longer serves you. You can put your burdens in the water. You can let them drift away. The water can carry what you cannot. It is strong enough. It is endless enough. You sit there in the moonlight by the singing stream. In the moonlight by the singing stream. And for the first time in a long time, you simply breathe. You remain seated on the velvet moss by the edge of the singing stream. The water flows on, indifferent to time, indifferent to worry. It just flows, and as you watch the hypnotic dance of the current, the silence around you seems to deepen. It becomes thick, charged, pregnant with meaning. You feel a sudden, pregnant with meaning. Subtle shift in the air pressure against your skin. The wind dies down completely. The rustling of the leaves stops. Even the crickets seem to pause their song. And this profound stillness, it is not a threatening presence. Far from it. It feels ancient, wise, protecting. You feel a gentle pull to lift your eyes, to look across the stream to the edge of the dark forest on the other side. And there, standing perfectly still in a pool of moonlight, is a magnificent white stag. He is breathtaking. His coat is not just white. It glows with an inner luminescence, like pearl, like starlight caught in fur. He stands tall and proud, his head held high. His antlers are vast and intricate, branching out like the crown of an ancient winter tree, reaching up to touch the sky. He looks like a creature from a time before time, a guardian of the deep woods. He does not seem surprised to see you. In fact, he looks as though he has been waiting for you. He turns his massive head slowly, and his eyes meet yours. His eyes are large, dark and liquid. They hold no judgment. They hold no expectations. They simply hold understanding. As you look into those ancient eyes, you feel a sudden, overwhelming sense of being seen, truly seen. He does not see the bad mother who lost her patience today. He does not see the tired wife who forgot to buy milk. He does not see the employee who was behind on her emails. He sees past all of that. He sees the soul beneath the skin. He sees the love you carry. He sees the exhaustion you hide. He sees the good woman who is trying so hard for a long time. You just look at each other across the moving water. A silent communion between two living beings in the quiet of the night. You feel your shoulders drop another inch. You feel the tightness in your chest unravel a little more. You are safe here. You are accepted here. Slowly, with infinite grace, the stag takes a step forward. His hooves make no sound on the earth. He lowers his majestic head toward the stream. You watch, mesmerized, as he breaks the surface of the water. Ripples spread out in perfect circles, reflecting the moon, distorting the light, and then reforming. He drinks deeply, calmly. He is in no rush. He is completely present in this moment. The act of drinking is a meditation, and then he lifts his head. Crystal droplets of water fall from his muzzle, catching the light like diamonds, before splashing back into the stream. Plink, 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 plink. He looks at you again, and in the silence, a message passes from his heart to yours. It is not a message of words, for words are too small, too clumsy for this place. It is a message of feeling, a message of knowing. He is showing you a truth about nature. He takes only what he needs. He drinks his fill, and he leaves the rest. He does not try to drink the entire river. He does not worry that the river might run dry tomorrow. He does not try to carry the river on his back to save it for later. He trusts. He trusts that the water will be there. He trusts that he is cared for. And you, dear one, you have been trying to carry the whole river. You have been trying to hold the emotions, the needs, the futures of everyone you love in your own two hands. You have been trying to be the source of water for everyone. Well, you yourself are thirsty. The stag is telling you, put the river down. You are not the river. You are just a traveler who needs a drink. You do not need to fix everything. You do not need to predict everything. You do not need to predict everything. You do not need to be the dam that holds back the chaos. Let it flow. You are allowed to just be. You are allowed to take what you need. Rest, silence, silence, peace, peace. And let the rest float by. Tears might prick your eyes at this realization. It is a relief so deep it feels like an ache. The burden of being the manager of the universe slides off your back. It lands on the moss with a soundless thud. The stag holds your gaze for one moment longer, cementing this truth in your heart. You are enough. You have done enough. Then it turns. He steps back into the shadows of the trees. His white coat fades into the dappled light until he is gone, merged back into the mystery of the forest. But the peace he brought remains. It settles over you like a warm cloak. You look back at the stream. It looks different now. It is no longer something to be managed. It is just water, flowing, singing, moving towards the sea. And you are just a woman, sitting on a rock, breathing, resting. And finally, Bifton. And finally, letting go, the white stag has vanished back into the mystery of the forest, leaving you with a profound sense of lightness. The burden has been lifted. The lesson has been absorbed into your bones. Now, it is time to find a place to rest, a place to lay your head and let the healing truly begin. The sanctuary. You stand up from the mossy rock, your movements slow and fluid. Like moving through water, you turn back to the path. It seems to glow a little brighter now, guiding you deeper into the heart of this ancient wood. You walk for a while, feeling the cool earth beneath your feet, listening to the gentle rhythm of your own breath. The forest feels different now. It is no longer a wild place. It feels like a home. It feels like it is holding you, head through a break in the trees. You see a structure. It is not a castle. It is not a palace. It is something far better. It is a small, humble, wooden cabin, nestled perfectly into the landscape, as if it grew there from the earth itself. It sits on the edge of a vast, perfectly still lake, a mirror of obsidian reflecting the millions of stars above. Smoke curls lazily from the stone chimney, drifting up to join the Milky Way. The windows glow with a soft, inviting, amber light. It is the light of welcome. It is the light of safety. You walk towards it. There is no fence. There is no gate. There is only an open path. You reach the heavy wooden door. You do not need a key. This place belongs to you. It has always belonged to you. You reach out, turn the iron handle, and push the door open. You step inside. The air in here is warm, thick with a scent of cedar wood, beeswax candles, and wood smoke. It wraps around you like a heavy woolen blanket. The door clicks shut behind you, sealing out the rest of the world. The silence here is different. It is a warm silence, a protective silence. You look around. The room is small and intimate. The walls are made of rough-hewn logs, golden in the firelight. In the center of the room, a stone fireplace houses a cheerful, crackling fire. The flames dance and leap, casting long, comforting shadows on the walls. There are shelves lining the walls, filled with old, leather-bound books containing stories that have no conflict, no drama, only peace. There are jars of dried herbs, bundles of lavender, and smooth river stones arranged on the mantelpiece. In front of the fireplace, facing a large picture window that looks out over the moonlit lake, is a chair. It is a large, overstuffed armchair, upholstered in soft, worn velvet the color of deep moss. It looks like the most comfortable place in the universe. A thick, hand-knitted blanket is draped over the back, waiting for you. You walk over to the chair. You turn, and you sink into it. And you sink into it. Oh, the relief. The chair holds you perfectly. It supports every curve of your spine, every tired muscle in your legs. You pull the heavy blanket over your legs, tucking it in around your hips. You are cocooned. You are held. You look out the window. The lake is a sheet of black glass. The moon hangs suspended above it, perfectly round, perfectly still. Nothing moves out there. The world has stopped turning just for you. Here, in this cabin, in this chair, you are completely invisible to the demands of your life. No one knows you are here. No GPS can find you. No phone can ring. No email can ping. No voice can call mom. No one needs a snack. No one needs a ride. No one needs a solution. You are off the grid. No one needs a solution. You are off the grid. You are out of reach. For the first time in forever, you have absolutely no responsibilities. You do not need to be productive. You do not need to improve yourself. You do not need to improve yourself. You do not need to be good. You just need to be. You watch the fire. The orange flames lick the logs, consuming them slowly, transforming wood into heat and light. Crackle, hiss, pop, hiss, pop, hiss, pop. It is a hypnotic song, a lullaby of transformation. You let your head fall back against the headrest. Your eyelids feel heavy, so heavy. You watch the fire through your eyelashes, the light blurring into soft streaks of golden red. Your breathing slows down to match the rhythm of the fire. In and out, expanding and contracting. You begin to lose a sense of where your body ends and the chair begins. You are melting into the velvet. You are melting into the warmth. You're becoming the warmth. You are becoming the warmth. You are not a mother here. You are not a wife. You are not a daughter. You are not an employee. You are simply a point of consciousness, resting in a pool of golden light. The cabin is breathing with you. The walls are protecting you. The fire is warming you. The night is holding you. There is nothing to do, nothing to fix, nothing to plan, nothing to worry about. Just this moment, just this warmth, just this peace. You're safe, you're home, and you can stay here for as long as you need. You are sitting in the velvet chair, deep in the heart of the sanctuary. The fire is a low, steady glow. The silence is absolute. And in this profound stillness, something miraculous begins to happen. A transformation, an alchemy of the soul. You have walked through the forest of your own mind. You have faced the shadow, the angry, tired part of you that you tried so hard to hide. You have embraced the inner child, the lonely, forgotten part of you that just wanted to be held. You have learned the wisdom of the white stag, the art of taking only what you need and letting the rest flow. For so long, these parts of you have been separated, like islands in a storm, fighting each other, blaming each other, the mother fighting the woman, the duty fighting the desire, the guilt fighting the exhaustion. But tonight, in this cabin, the war is over. The treaty has been signed. All the scattered, fragmented pieces of your soul are ready to come home. They are ready to merge, to become one. Imagine, in the very center of your chest, right where your heart beats, a tiny spark of light appears. It is not a fire that burns. It is a light that heals. It is a soft, golden, liquid light, the color of warm honey. Liquid light, the color of warm honey, the color of late afternoon sun. It begins to pulse gently, in time with your slow, deep breathing. With every inhale, the light grows brighter. With every exhale, it expands. Feel it spreading. It flows upwards, into your throat. It heals the words you swallowed. It soothes the lump of unshed tears. It fills the smooths the smut tears. It fills the space where you held your silence with a warm, golden hum. You are allowed to speak your truth. It flows downwards into your solar plexus. It fills the hollow ache of not enough. It wraps around your fear of failure, your fear of judgment, and dissolves them. The light whispers to your gut, you are enough. You have always been enough. You have always been enough. It flows out into your arms, into your hands, the hands that have worked so hard, the hands that have cleaned, too, and cooked, and carried. The light softens them. It tells them, you can rest now. The work is done. And as the light fills you, you begin to feel a strange and beautiful sensation. The boundaries between the different parts of you are dissolving. The angry woman is no longer angry. She is passionate. She merges with the patient mother, giving her strength. The lonely child is no longer lonely. She is playful. She merges with the serious adult, giving her joy. The tired worker is no longer exhausted. She is at peace. She merges with the wise soul, giving her grounding. They are swirling together, dancing together in the golden light, melting, fusing, integrating. You are no longer a collection of broken pieces glued together by obligation. You are a seamless, aridine whole. You are a masterpiece of resilience and love. Feel the wholeness settling into your bones. It feels heavy, in a good way. It feels solid, in a good way. It feels solid. It feels like an anchor dropping into the deep sand of your being. The golden light continues to expand. It spills out of your physical body. It fills the velvet chair. It fills the wooden cabin, it pushes against the walls, until the walls themselves seem to turn into mist. The roof dissolves into starlight. The floor dissolves into moss. There is no more inside or outside. There is no more you and the world. There is only this light, this warm, holding, loving light. You are floating in the center of it, suspended, supported, held by the universe itself. Any last traces of guilt, any lingering whispers of I should have, are simply burned away by the radiance of your own wholeness. They cannot exist here. In this place of integration, only truth can exist. And the truth is this: you are worthy of love, not because of what you do, but because of what you do, because of who you are. You are worthy of rest, not because you earned it, but because you need it. You are worthy of peace, simply because you breathe. Let this truth become your marrow. Let it become your blood. Let it become the rhythm of your heart as you drift deeper and deeper and deeper into the light. You are whole. You are complete. You are healed. You are one. Shh. Rest in your wholeness. You are sitting in the chair, resting deep in the warmth. But the chair is no longer just a chair. It is changing. It is becoming a cloud. It is becoming a boat made of mist. It is becoming a cradle of soft light. The golden warmth that filled you has softened the very structure of reality. The hard edges of the world are blurring. The sharp lines of the cabin are dissolving into watercolor mist. Look at the walls around you. They're becoming transparent. They are shimmering. They are shimmering, vibrating, turning into pure energy. The solid wood grain flows like water. The stone chimney rises up and becomes a column of white smoke, drifting effortlessly into the Milky Way. The roof above you simply lifts away. It dissolves into a million tiny points of light, like fireflies dispersing into the vast night. You are no longer inside a room. You are inside the universe, but you are not cold. The air around you is thick, warm, and protective. Warm and protective. It feels like being wrapped in a blanket made of velvet night. Your chair, your cloud, begins to lift gently, imperceptibly at first, hovering an inch above the floor, then higher, drifting up, past the dissolving walls, past the treetops, into the vast, silent ocean of the sky. You are floating, weightless, timeless, boundless. Below you, the forest is a dark, soft quilt of green and black. The lake is a silver eye looking up at the moon. But they're getting smaller, further away. You are leaving the map behind. You're leaving the territory of names and places. You are leaving the land of doing and entering the sky of being. Now, the images begin to change. They stop making sense. They follow the logic of dreams. They are fluid. They are shapeless. A white flower blooms in slow motion, opening its petals to reveal a shining pearl inside. The pearl becomes a moon. The moon becomes a clock with no hands, ticking silently in the void. A feather falls through the sky, turning over and over. It is blue, then it is silver, then it is invisible. It lands on a pool of water that isn't there. A gentle wave washes over sand. The sand is made of stars. The wave pulls back and leaves words written on the beach. Peace, rest, sleep. Then the water comes again and washes the words away, and washes the words away, leaving only clean, smooth silence. You are moving through a tunnel of soft, indigo clouds. They brush against your skin like silk. Cool, soothing, numbing. There is no up or down here. There is no left or right. There is only drifting, turning slowly in the current of the night wind. drifting, floating, floating, turning. You see a door floating in the sky. It is made of rain. You float through it. And on the other side is a field of lavender. But the lavender is singing a low, humming song, a lullaby without words, vibrating through your body. You see a staircase made of mist. You walk up it, or maybe down it. It doesn't matter. Each step is a cloud. Each step is a sigh. Each step takes you deeper into the cottonable softness of sleep. Colors swirl around you. Deep purple, midnight blue, soft charcoal, silver gray. They mix and merge, creating patterns that breathe, expanding, creating patterns that breathe, expanding, contracting, expanding, contracting, expanding, contracting, like a giant sleeping lung, like the universe breathing you in and breathing you out. You are not watching the dream anymore. You are the dream. You are the cloud floating. You are the wind blowing. You are the star shining. You are the silence waiting. Everything is soft. Everything is slow. Everything is low. Everything is blurred. Thoughts come like small birds and fly away into the fog. You do not follow them. You let them go. They are not yours to keep. They belong to the day, and the day is gone. Shh. The logic of the world is gone. The rules of gravity are gone. There is only this. Gentle, gentle, aimless movement. A leaf floating on a slow river. A boat with no oars. A cloud with no destination. Just drifting. Just drifting. Just drifting. Just floating. Just being, deeper and deeper and deeper into the mist. Further and further and further away from the shore. Let go of the last rope. Let go of the last anchor. There's nothing holding you back. You are free to drift. 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 Away. Into the blue. Into the dark. Into the quiet. Sleep is a tide, and it is rising to meet you. Sleep is a blanket, and it is covering you. Sleep is a door, and it is opening for you. Drifting, floating, floating, sleeping, sleeping, sleeping. You are now drifting in a vast, quiet space of acceptance. You have planted the seeds of your own worthiness. But there is one final layer to descend, one final journey to take before the story begins, a layer deeper than thought, deeper than feeling, deeper than memory. It is the layer of pure, unadulterated being, the delta state, the place where the body heals itself without you having to ask. I want you to imagine yourself floating on the surface of a warm, endless, midnight blue ocean. The water is perfectly still, smooth as glass. It is the temperature of your own skin, so you cannot tell where your body ends and the water begins. It holds you effortlessly. You are buoyant. You are weightless. Above you, the stars are slowly dimming, one by one, turning off the lights of the universe. You are safe. You are ready to go down. I will count from 5 to 1. With each number, you will feel yourself sinking deeper into this comforting, heavy water, not drowning, but breathing it in, like liquid peace. 5. You feel your body beginning to tilt downwards, feet first, sinking below the surface, sinking below the surface. The water wraps around you like a heavy, velvet blanket. The sounds of the world above, the traffic, the wind, The ticking clocks. They are instantly muffled. They become distant echoes, meaningless vibrations. You are leaving the surface world behind. 4. Exhale. Exhale, sinking lower. Gliding down. The light is fading, shifting from the black of the night sky to a soft, glowing, indigo blue. It is a color you can feel. It feels like safety. Your body has absolutely no weight here. Your bones are light. Your muscles are fluid. You're just a point of consciousness. Toss, a spark of awareness, floating in the deep. 3. Shh. Deeper still. The water pressure increases slightly, but it is a good pressure. It feels like a hug from the universe itself, holding you together. All connections to the surface are gone now. There are no emails here, no to-do lists, no voices calling your name, no expectations, just silence. Thick, heavy, nurturing silence. You are suspended in the womb of the night. 2. You are approaching the seafloor now. Look down. It is not dark. You are approaching the seafloor now. Look down. It is not dark. It is made of soft, white, powdery sand that glows with a gentle, internal light. It is the most inviting place you have ever seen. It is calling to you. It is inviting you to lie down and rest for 1,000 years. You are drifting towards it. Slowly, inevitably. 1. Inevitably. 1. The colors of the dream are fading now. The indigo clouds, the singing lavender, the boat made of mist. They are all dissolving. They are washing out like watercolor paint in the rain. Fading, until only a soft, warm gray remains. And then, even the gray fades away. You are entering the void, but do not be afraid. This is not an empty, cold place, as most comfortable place in existence. It is full of potential. It is the womb of the universe. It is the space between the stars. It is the pause between two heartbeats. Imagine, feel that you are being wrapped in a blanket made of the night sky itself. It is thick. It is heavy. It is infinitely comforting. It presses down on your limbs, grounding you, holding you still. The stars above have stopped shining. They have closed their eyes one by one. The moon has turned its face away to let you rest. There is no light here. But you do not need light to sleep. You need darkness, rich, velvety, nurturing darkness. Listen. Listen to the sound of your own breath. In and out. In and out. In and out. In and out. It is the only sound in the universe. It is the rhythm of life. Your heartbeat is slow and steady. Thump, 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 thump. A drum beating in the deep. Every thought that tries to enter this space. Every worry about tomorrow. Every memory of yesterday simply dissolves, like sugar in hot water, like mist in the sun. They cannot exist here. The air is too thick for them. The peace is too strong for them. There are no words here. No names, no labels, no mom, no wife, no me. There is only presence. There is only existence. You are sinking deeper into the velvet silence. It is not a silence that is empty. It is a silence that is full. It is a living silence. It holds you up. It surrounds you. It fills your ears with a soft, humming quiet. Shh. Deeper. Now, past the dream, past the images, past the feelings, into the nothingness. The beautiful, warm nothingness. The beautiful, warm nothingness, floating in the dark, suspended in the dark, cradled by the dark. Your body is asleep. Your mind is asleep. Your soul is resting. Just breath. Just breath. Just beat. Just beat. Beat. Sleep is coming closer now. It is touching your eyelids. It is touching your mind. Heavy, warm, soft, still. No more words, no more thoughts. Only this, drifting down, 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 into the quiet, into the deep, into the cute. Safe, loved, held, sleep, deep sleep, restoring sleep. Nothing else matters, nothing else exists. Just sleep, 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 sleep. The struggle is finally over. The heavy stone of guilt has been lifted from your chest. Washed away by the river of forgiveness. You are clean, you are new, you are reset. And tomorrow, when the first golden light of morning touches your eyelids, you will wake up feeling different. You will feel lighter, as if a physical weight has been removed from your shoulders. You will look at your children, and instead of seeing your mistakes reflected in their eyes, you will see only their love, because that is the truth. That has always been the truth. You will move through your day with a new sense of grace, simply forgiving yourself when you stumble, and remembering to breathe. You will remember that you are human, and that is enough. But that is for tomorrow. The morning will take care of itself. For now, in this deep, velvet darkness, your only job is to rest, to let the healing finish its work. If you ever feel the shadows creeping back in, if you ever feel the weight returning, remember that this sanctuary is always here for you, this cabin in the woods, this safe place. If you wish to continue this journey of healing, if you wish to peel back the layers of your soul one by one, let Depth Journey be your refuge. We will be here every night, waiting for you with a fire on the hearth and a story to tell. Tomorrow night, we will travel together again. We will learn how to silence the midnight arguments that replay in your mind and find the quiet center of the storm. But tonight, the work is done. The house is silent. The world is safe. World is safe. I will stay here. I will watch over you. I will hold the space while you dream. You are safe. You are loved. You are loved. You are forgiven. Good night. Sleep. 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 Sleep.